So I want to kind of explain some of my diagnoses. Yeah. So when I was 16, I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety, and I kept getting diagnosed with that throughout my mid to late 20s. That was always what they said. I've been on so many different medications for it, and nothing worked. When I finally hit about my early 30s, I got diagnosed with bipolar type 1 with mixed episodes and anxiety disorder, which like a whole world opened up. They put me on some medication and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel somewhat decent. This all makes sense. On top of that, as I got older, I was in a car accident several years ago and ended up now I have chronic migraines from that. For about 13 years, I've been dealing with them. They're finally to the point where I have them probably, I have I have one a week. That's about average. At one point, the worst, I was having them every day for months on end. Now they only really, they actually don't even make it so I can't really do much anymore. Like, they're still bad. Don't get me wrong, they're still way 10 out of 10 on a pain scale. But I'm so used to them in a way that I can kind of force myself to do some stuff, if that makes sense to it. So I know that's a little weird on that, but I've also been diagnosed with endometriosis and endomyosis. I think that's how you pronounce it. They're basically the same, but one's a little worse than the other. So both it's two forms of endometriosis, and I'm still working on figuring out how to function with that because that's a newer diagnosis. That was about a year or so ago. We're still seeing doctors and trying to figure out a way to cope with that. So that's always a fun one. I am a recovering self-harm. I used to cut frequently. That was my main coping skill. Haven't done that in about, let's say, a year and a half. So, and those are the things I've been diagnosed with. We are strongly suspecting I have ADHD and possibly autism, but we're working on trying to deal with the ADHD, but I have to get into a specialist on that one. Still working there. But my husband has, if I go into that, so I also have CPTSD as well. My husband, he has several mental health issues and physical health issues. So he has PTSD from childhood and some stuff that happened as he got older. He's also got anxiety disorder. They believe bipolar, but he's never been fully diagnosed with that. He also has been diagnosed with what they call conversion disorder. It's basically his body and sometimes his mind are in so much pain that it freaks out and it's like hyper aware. So it converts that into a physical response where he has seizures. That started about over 10 years ago, 10, 12, 13 years ago, something like that, out of the blue. And they thought he was epileptic. We've done all the tests and like, nope, it's just a conversion disorder. His body just will start to hurt, and that's its coping mechanism. So that's always fun. So, and then both of our kids have some other mental health issues and stuff like that. And my husband and my kids have all been diagnosed with ADHD. So there's a little look into my world on that. It's hard when you have multiple people in the same household that are going through struggling with mental health issues. And while people think, oh, that's got to be great, people understand and you got that somebody to listen and be there, it's can make it easier sometimes to forgive if things are said or done that hurt. But at the same time, it can also be hard because if my moods are all swinging and I'm all over the place, it can always sometimes it can bring him down when he's up and he's doing good, and vice versa. So if he's going through a rough time and he's in an episode, it can kick my mood into the dirt. So we've had to learn, and we're both still working on it, of not letting the other person affect us when we're doing that. But one of the things that also does happen frequently is we'll both go through our own episodes at the same time. Like one moment we're both fine, and then I start going through one, and I talk to him about 20 minutes later, and he's starting into one. And then it's hard because you're trying to take care of yourself and take care of them. And so it's a great thing, but it can also be really hard because just there's so much more to it. You're trying to help them through theirs, and they're trying to help you through yours. So it can be a lot. And granted, I wouldn't trade this life for anything. I love my husband to death. We've been together since we were in high school. This coming July, we'll have been married 20 years. Got 2 kids, 2 teenagers. One's out of high school and one's finishing up high school. So crazy life, but I enjoy it. Have a good night.